Yo, what's up guys? I'm back with another vlog. Apologies anyone looking for a face reveal slash news series today. That'll be the next video, my bad. We've got a really swingy couple of sessions in this one. Let's just go ahead and get into it. As always, you can leave a like and sub, helps the channel so much. So we have this first hand I sit down, I look down at pocket aces. There's a button straddle, so I'm almost first act here. I pop it up to 25 just knowing we're going to get multiple callers, and I end up getting 3 callers. How about a flop of 10, 10, 10? Well, that's weird. We have the second nuts. We're only losing to a 10. The guy on my right checks, and I'm not really sure what I want to do here, right? We have the second nuts. I think I should bet. There literally is no turn card we're afraid of, so how about just a bet of $15 just to see where we're at? And the guy right on my left raises to 40. The other 2 guys fold, and it gets to me. Now, I know this person. His name is Zen. He's been in a couple of my meetup games, actually. He usually thinks I have nothing, which to his credit, I usually do, and I know that he's pretty tight. But I don't think he's raising a 10, right? But maybe a min click makes sense, so I just put in the call. The turn's a deuce of clubs, I don't care. I check, and he checks behind. I'm very confident now that he just flat called jacks pre-flop and raised on the flop. He's got like, I'm very much thinking it's 8s, 9s, or jacks, that kind of thing. And he thinks I'm always full of shit. So how about this? I'm all in.
In the dark.
All in. Oh shit. Oh. I have literally, I can beat everything that's not a 10. Look at this. Yeah, holy hell. I blind jam thinking we're ahead, obviously. The river's an ace, and we're literally losing still to a 10, and he shows ace-king. I think an ace or a king is the only way we get the max there. That is a really insane run out, and we get a double our very first hand sitting down with pocket aces. Let's go. A couple hands later, we look down at kings. I guess if I can't get aces again, I'm good with kings. I'm not mad. I open a 20 and end up getting 4 callers. Not ideal, but the flop is 9, 6, 9. Well, look, if someone doesn't have a 9 or pocket 6s, we're probably good. And when it checks to me, I think I have to bet still. I bet out for $40 and end up getting 2 callers. The turn is the jack of diamonds, and it checks to me. I think this is the spot where, what are we getting called by in the flop? 7, 8, sometimes some pocket pairs. A 9. I think a bet is still fine. If we raise, we can get fold because it's probably always a 9. But I don't hate the idea of playing some pot control in position against multiple players. So that's what I choose to do. The river, I'm thinking, please just be a king and I can cooler the shit out of a 9. It's the queen of diamonds. Oh, it was so close. The first guy bets out for 60. This is a guy that I played with before. He thinks I usually have nothing and then he also usually has nothing. So it's kind of like that kind of vibe. I'm going to call. But then the other guy, who I don't know at all, raises to 285. Wow, this is so strong. I mean, this could be a flush, a straight, a full house. I have no idea. When it gets to me, I mean, the first guy could have a 9, in which case we're screwed. This guy could very much have it. I've never played with him. I think we just have to let the kings go and lose our $60 that we put in the pot. I don't love it because it kind of sucks to have to fold a big overpair here. Eventually, I fold. The first guy tanks and shows a 6. And folds. The guy that raised huge on the river shows a queen and throws it into the muck. So it feels like queen 9. It smells like queen 9. He didn't show queen 9, but that's what we're going to roll with. A few orbits later, we look down at kings again. Wow, this has been quite an interesting start to a vlog. I don't know if we've ever started with just 3 massive ass pocket pairs, but we're in the small blind. There's a button straddle. I open up to $20, really not wanting to go 5 ways again. That would suck. There is 1 caller, and then it gets to the button who raises to $45. My man. I think obviously I'm going to put in the 4-bet here, and we're going to go heads up. It doesn't need to be too big because I don't want him to fold. I 4-bet to $100, and this happens. Give me a second. Give me eye call.
I'm going to the river.
You have an ace. I have kings. 8. Oh my god, dude. It's like the 3rd time I've lost kings against ace this week. What's going on? Yeah, you don't see all of his chips, but he literally covered me. We had like $500, $600 before that hand. He just like 5-bet rips it with pocket 8s, and the river's in 8. I have been talking a little bit, I know no one cares, about how I've been running bad this week. The run bad has ended in like my live games, but I've literally ran kings against 8s 3 times that week and lost every time pre-flop. Like, I was losing my mind. This was the 3rd one. I was super not happy. So we end up leaving in for 300, out for 0. That was like a $1,200 pot almost that we lost. That one hurt. I'm not going to lie. We come back a few days later, back to shuffle, and we are at a brand new table that literally just opened. So we're shorthanded as people are getting there. We look down at 7-5 of diamonds. Not the worst hand in the world. There's an open to 15. I put in the call to a flop of 3 queen 6 with 2 diamonds. Wow, we have a straight flush draw. That is pretty juicy. He bets for $20. I could raise sometimes. I think I'm just going to play call in position. The turn is a deuce of diamonds. We make our flush immediately. And now he down bets again for $20. I think this consistent betting size is like pocket jacks, pocket tens, a queen, a hand that's not very confident. Now, I really don't want to give jacks with the jack of diamonds a free card, so I think we have to raise here. I raised to $65 knowing that we might even have the check mark a lot of the time. He puts in the call. The river, I'm just thinking no diamond. I don't really care about a board pair. The river is red, but it's the deuce of hearts. Board pairs get there, but really outside of queens, maybe sixes, I mean, I just don't think he's got a lot of full houses in his range. He checks to me, and I don't know this guy at all. He's a PLO player I know, so I imagine he's quite action. What do we want to do here? I don't hate the idea of just ripping it in and trying to get max value from a non-believing queen, something like that. I don't always go for the jam here, but this time I decide to. I rip it all in and basically get snap called. I show him the 7-5 of diamonds, and he shows king, queen of diamonds. Oh, okay. Is it just me, or is it getting cold in here? What the hell? I decide not to top up, as a few hands later, we look down at pocket tens. I'm in the small blind here. I open to 15 and only get a call by the button straddle. The flop is pretty good. Deuce 3-9 with all spades. We should have the best hand most of the time, so I go ahead and continue. And the opponent continues as well. Okay, the turn is the 5 of diamonds. We're not that deep here. As I said, I think there's only one move, right? I'm going all in again. He doesn't snap call, but eventually he does. I show the 10s. The 3 diamonds peels off in the river, and I collect the chips. We finally stop the bleeding. We then get Jack 7 in a limp pot. Still, this is within like the first 2 orbits of the table opening up. And losing all the money we just got to that guy, as he has 7 deuce and turns a boat as I turn trips with a jack kicker. So that was a fun time. I say, you know what? I don't hate myself. I'm going to leave. And then we head to Palace the next day. As I said, a little bit tilted as we walk into Palace here. It's been a tough week of poker for your boy. The first hand we see is ace queen on the button. I straddled, so I have ultimate last. There's a small blind open to 25 and a call. When it gets to me, I think for a $25 open, it's a fine flat, but sometimes I want to mix in the 3-bet here. I go pretty damn big to $95, looking to take down the almost $60 in dead money. The small blind goes into the tank, and I'm like, dog, just don't 4-bet. Like, if you call, fine, a 4-bet would kind of suck. Eventually, he folds. I'm thinking, great, this is going to get through. The other guy starts tanking. I'm like, come on now. Limp, call the 25, call the 95. How? There's just no way. If there is, let me tell you though, there is a will in the way. It's called pocket 9s through pocket jacks and 8s. I've seen it before. I've talked about this. This is a thing. Eventually, he folds, which is a good result. We take down like $60-ish uncontested. Look down at ace 5 of clubs, a decent hand. Again, I've talked about this before. People hate it when I say it, but there is just no point to raising this hand at 1-2. You're going to get flatted by ace queen, ace king, and just be a no man's land. Like, just flush over flush people. That's all you got to do. Anyways, I limp. That's what I'm going to do. The guy on my left opens to 15. There's a call. I obviously flat as well. To a flop of 8, ace king with 1 club. That's not the worst thing. It checks and flow, and he continues for $20. The other guy folds, and obviously I didn't call to hit top pair and fold. I put in the call as well. The turn is the queen of spades. I check, and he continues for $30. Now, if this wasn't a small bet in comparison to the size of the pot, I think it's just a snap fold. But with this pot sizing, I think he could have some bigger aces that we can maybe chop against, and maybe we're ahead sometimes. I put in the call. The river is a 3 of spades. I check again, and he bets out for $65. I think this is a good enough price that where we can fold in comparison to the pot, because clearly I just don't think he's 3-barrel bluffing here with worse than ace 5. I put in the fold. He's a vlog watcher. He's nice enough to show for the vlog, and he shows king, queen. Nice hand to him. Now it's time for a PLO bomb pot. I've been really loving these PLO bomb pots at Palace, mainly because they've been treating me very well during this little mini downswing I've been having. You look down at pocket 10s with 6 and a 9, to a first flop of 8, 7, 10. Holy hell, we have a straight and top set, and the second board comes 10, king, 3. We don't really have much but a gutter. I actually pot it here for $45, knowing we've got just a ton of equity, and worst comes to worst, again, we have a lot of equity here. And ended up getting 4 callers. There is a $300 cap on it per person, by the way, just so everyone knows. The turns are the 6 of spades and the queen of spades. Oh, that is not ideal. The top board, we're definitely behind, and I'm just kind of checking and giving up mode. One of the guys now bets for $50, and the next guy pots it for $235. The next guy goes into the tank, and I was ready to fold my cards. But while that guy's tanking, I go, wait a minute. We have a straight on the bottom board with 10-9, and we double block the shit out of it. So really, unless someone has specifically ace 10, we still have a straight on the other board, and it's very hard for them to have me beat on both boards. So when it gets to me, I realize, wait a minute, we're probably not getting scooped, and we've got equity to scoop. I end up calling, I think, with like $20 left for some reason. The other guy calls, and the rivers are the 10 of clubs and the 5 of clubs. Holy hell, we have quads. Now, it's PLO. We literally could be getting scooped, in theory, by 8-9 of spades and ace 10. If someone shows me that, it sucks, but, you know, we're already got our money in. I bet my last $20, the other guy calls. I show quads. They're good against the nut flush, and no one has clubs on the other board. We end up scooping that $1,000 pot. Holy hell. Let's freaking go. We then basically get deja vu as I pick up ace deuce suited. The guy on my left raises. There's a call, and I call as well. To an ace high flop. Ace 4 king. It checks to him. He c-bets. The first guy folds, and we have an ace. Obviously, I put in the call here. The turn is a brick. I check, and he checks behind. Feeling a lot better as our hand is decent right now, but the river's a king. I tell him, you really hit the king queen, huh? You got trips now? I check, and he bets for $25. I don't think we're really ever good here that much, but again, from a pot sizing standpoint, I just don't think we can put in the fold here. I put in the call, and what do you know? He literally shows me king queen again. It's like the same exact hand, where I have a small ace, flop an ace, and I get river returned by king queen exactly. So that was interesting. That was actually our last hand. At the end of the day, we were in for $400, out for $1,000, and some fries, which were actually really tasty. I quite like the kitchen here. Good session, back on the right track. I will see you guys with the next series and a face reveal in the next vlog.